And very good afternoon to you. It's a beautiful day yet again, the very last trading day of the week, the 20th of June 2025. I hope the month of June has turned out to be a very good month for you. We have just 10 days left before the half year 2025 comes to an end. Are you doing your portfolio evaluations and reviews? Because indeed, the way to get it right in this market is to do a periodic review. And of course, half-year review before the full year comes is very important. Yesterday, we heard from Gerald in Canada how he set out a target, having joined this community in February, to have a one-year target. Guess what? As at yesterday, the 19th of June 2025, he had already blasted his target. He had met his target and is now reviewing upwards, looking forward to review his targets even higher. It's not yet halfway into the year. He started off in February, but as we speak, he has hit his target. Now, this is what we do here. We are focused investors with investment strategies and investment goals to pursue, and we time ourselves and review our performances. So you are the CEO of your portfolio. Please do well to make sure that you are tracking your progress and keeping your eyes on the goal and not getting distracted. This very week has seen a lot of disruptions and distractions, and I'm glad that not one of us have come out here to say they were really scared and sold off their bank stocks. Very good afternoon. This is how I intend for us to start today. And please, in order for us not to fall short of questions and calls that we should take before the session closes, let's do well to, go ahead and make sure that we put in our calls early, put our questions quickly, so before it gets crowded towards the end. Very good afternoon to you, Daniel Oyirimba. How are you doing too? I'm very well myself. I hope you are doing great and your portfolios are turning green by the day. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining from wherever you are. And I hope you have taken time to review most of our outings on the YouTube channel. Please do well to go ahead and keep sharing the YouTube videos. And of course, revisit, especially now that we are in approaching weekend, so you have enough time to go back to these videos, watch them over and over again, and take your investment notes as we progress. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all your efforts and discipline to keep being a part of this. We really appreciate you for all that you do. Thank you very much. Now we go ahead. Good afternoon, Coach. Hope you are good today. Babatunde, next go. I'm very good. Thank you. Yes, Coach. To God be the glory. Just regret why I didn't know this early, but it's not yet late. Can I tell you this, Daniel? It's better late than never. How about those who will never come across this opportunity to make life better going forward? How about those who never knew at all and can never get in touch because they have no internet connection or whatever, or they don't have the means? So what we do here is, even as we feel that we are going to, we may be missing out, we are confident that going forward, it can only get better. And that's our focus. Heavens 54, thank you very much for the gifts there. I see even ice cream cone sent. That means today I should be taking ice cream after a hard day's work like this. Please, is Sterling Bank a good buy for today? The question is, what is your investment goal? It's better to be sure what you are buying, because at this point, now that everybody is wondering what's happening with the banks, who is going to come out of forbearance issues at the end of this month and who will not, it's good to keep your ears on the ground to find out, is Sterling Bank going to be free from forbearance limitations after this month? Because it's looking like most of the banks are set to get out of that forbearance challenge. So I want you to check first. These days, that's what you should do. Access Bank has given their statement. First Bank has given their statement. Zenith has done theirs. I saw a statement of by FCMB, but I'm not sure what they are talking about. So you need to read between the lines and be sure from this moment forward you are investing in banks that will not be hindered by the forbearance regulations, all right? Because we are looking forward to buying stocks that will pay us both dividend and give us capital gains. And then there is a way to play the game for those who may not be able to meet up forbearance. You know what? And I'm saying this here for the first time. This is one of the benefits you get for being a part of this community. For banks that may not be able to meet up at the moment, it doesn't mean they are crashing. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. It just means that they may be denied the opportunity to pay dividends. Now, the market will surely react against such banks and eventually irrationally price the stocks. You will take your time, just be by the side, use your side eye to watch when to strike, because we are looking for opportunities. So when the market goes irrational and underprices a bank stock just because they didn't pay dividend, you rush in there and take up those stocks. I told you the other day, EcoBank Transnational Incorporated didn't pay dividend last year. Nobody heard any noise. And the stock price continues to rise. It's over 30 naira now per share, right? So the market keeps overreacting. MTN didn't pay dividend 2024. What did we see? From 170 naira to 350 naira per share as we speak. So let's calm down, and you know how we do it. We look at the glass half full, not half empty. So with an optimistic mindset, we find opportunities where others are running away from it. All we need to do is make up our mind, okay, they can't pay dividend for 2025 season, so next year, when others will be paying dividends, they may not be able to, not a problem. I would rather go in now, collect enough, as much as I can, based on how depressed the stock price goes, then I enjoy afterwards. Because dividend from one particular company not coming doesn't mean my dividend cash flow has ceased. I hope you get the point right now. And that's why some time ago somebody DM'd me and told me he's heavily loaded in the banking sector. I told him you've got to rebalance your portfolio and make sure that you are not holding just banks alone, because any sneeze that happens in the banking sector can just crush your income expectations, especially if you invested for dividend cash flow. Thank you very much. Your questions are coming in thick and fast, and I'm in a hurry to respond to them. Coach, with style, please open a corporate boutique. Well, if I do that, then I will now start looking at how to configure price movement of clothing and ties and suits and all of that. Now, that means my eyes will be off the stock market where I should get information for you, right? So let's let the boutique people continue their business while we focus on making money, and let them join us to grow some of the money they will be making from their boutique business. Ours is to put it on and enjoy the ride. Thank you very much for that hilarious post there. Chris is always coming with something creative in this regard. Okay, what's this? Was is those who know but didn't do anything. Well, that's why I say knowledge is nothing. When they say knowledge is power, knowledge can't be power. It is applied knowledge that is power. Alated King, thank you very much for that. I pray I learned something, because I'm so depressed. Now, Paulina Obi, what's the matter? Don't be depressed. Get encouraged. This place, there is no room for depression. You will hear things, and you will hear the testifiers speaking about their progress, and hopefully you will get something. You are in the right place in any case if you are looking forward to being encouraged to get out of whatever depression it is. Please do not be depressed. It is a lie that the devil has used to deny people their joy and progress. Okay, Coach, please, is name or mansard good for today? Quickly, I go on to the charts to see. Name and mansard. First on the list is mansard, 9 naira 67 kobo. Now, mansard has stayed for a while looking like it's been ignored. But little by little, it creeps up. And by my rating, Mansard should be the third best insurance stock after custodian insurance and NEM. So anything around 955 and upwards, not bad. Sometimes it can fluctuate heavily. Sometimes it gets so volatile, it drops badly. But Mansard is always a good stock to buy as we speak, considering the insurance sector. And then for NEM, let's see if sellers have come into the market to make that stock available so that a few more hands can get a grip. Okay. Currently, NEM I'm seeing at 18 naira, though there is an offer at 17 naira 95 kobo. Okay, so there are 828,000 bids versus 678,000 offers. For NEM, maybe you should try to bid lower than yesterday's closing price, just in case. Though I'm seeing 312,000 shares have been traded, I don't know if there's any block transaction at that 1790. Oh yes, I saw the block transaction at 1790. So we need a block transaction less than that for it to close lower than 1790. Otherwise, it continues to climb from there. Okay? All right. If you are single and searching, kindly DM us for a matchmaking request, okay? This is where you are going to be blocked because this is not allowed in this space. No further advert outside what we are doing here is allowed. I'm sorry, you are going to be blocked for this. Everybody know the ground rules. Our focus here is on stocks and not on anything. Any form of deviation and distraction will earn you a total block or blockage, whatever it is. So there you go. We are seriously focusing on business here and to grow ourselves, and not, there is no time. We even struggle with the time to meet up with the questions that people are asking here. You don't come here to distract us. Please don't be distracted. That individual has been blocked as we speak right now. As a beginner, please, which stock will I invest in? Okay, Heavens 54. As a beginner, depending on how much you have, you want to try investing in value stocks if you don't have so much capital. And then we're talking about stocks like TIP, QTIX, CHAMS. And then you may want to add some stocks in the banking sector. You look the way of First Bank and Access Bank. Maybe you want to add UBA as well, right? Okay. So very soon we'll go to the screen to check out for the top gainers, okay? And that's credit to Stock Bubbles for the opportunity to do that. I can tell you we are in, I was thinking about this before I came on live, we are in one of the most interesting periods, and I need you to listen to this. We're in one of the most interesting periods in the history of the Nigerian capital market and the world capital markets. That's because as we speak, interest in the market continues to build. And when interest builds in the market the way it does, then you will have more money coming into the market. So you who has already started investing, you will eventually enjoy the benefits of being in the market on time. When we started, there was no internet to even spread the news about what's happening with this company and that company and so on and so forth. But now, as information travels very fast and more Nigerians are abroad, now being able to invest all the way from there, you can imagine, you know, how interesting it gets. So I'd like you to just stay put in the market and gradually, quietly, with proper guidance, keep growing what you have already. Stanley Ugu says, good afternoon, Coach. Thanks for the wonderful work you are doing, sir. Thank you very much. Is NASCON Insurance a good long-term buy? Alawode Adetayo. There is nothing like NASCON Insurance, please. Could you clarify properly? Good afternoon, Coach. I want to invest 150,000 in a stock today. Which shares do you recommend for long-term investment? Long-term investment. Let's see what happens. Nobody has remembered to remind me in the group about that report on Ella Lakes, and Ella Lakes continues to fly as we speak. Interesting stuff. 5 naira 30 kobo at the moment, gaining 44 kobo or so. A lot of transactions going on there right now, and I know a lot of sellers will be taking profit as we speak. Coach, good afternoon. Please, between Beja and CAP, which is most solid to invest this 2025? He's talking about the paint industry, and he's actually comparing 2 paint manufacturing companies, and that is a good one. Let's see. Beja, do you mean Beja Paints? Please confirm. I want to believe it's Beja Paints, not Julius Beja. And then CAP, of course, is another paint manufacturer on the NGX. That's Chemical and Allied Products PLC. That's CAP. CAP currently at 42 naira, I guess. I want to check to see. CAP is at 46.95. Okay, it continues to try to trade above 42, but there has not been a 100,000 units transaction yet. So CAP is at 42, close at 42.85, but currently trading at 46.95. While Beja Paints is currently at 28 naira per share. CAP has 2.4 million bids versus just 32,000 offers. That's why it continues to go up in the course of intraday trading. Beja Paints 1.6 million bids versus 559,000 offers. So both of them are currently in demand. Let's see a few of what they are able to do, right? Definitely CAP is the bigger option there. It's the bigger player, of course, with a revenue of 37 billion, trailing 12 months revenue versus 11 billion for Beja Paints. So you see the difference. Earnings per share, Beja is earning about 2 naira 69 kobo, while CAP is earning about 4 naira 52 kobo earnings per share. So you can see, and then the PE ratio, CAP is even less, 9.49x versus 10.03x. So if you are looking based on the metrics and not the price, CAP is a better buy as we speak, not because they earn more, but because the PE ratio is less. And then, of course, they paid dividend of 2 naira 40 kobo the last time, and while Beja Paints paid 1 naira 20 kobo. So you can see the difference, maybe properly priced as far as their competition amongst both of them is concerned. The relative strength index of CAP is at 68, while that of Beja Paints is at 71. So all roads leads to CAP on a very strict fundamental basis, right? Even if it's more expensive than Beja Paints. Thank you very much, Official T. I see you there with those gifts. Coach, what's the best price to get Aradel? Tyson J is asking. Now, Aradel dropped from yesterday's price a little bit. Let's see what's happening with it at the moment. Currently, 520 naira per share, down from the 536 naira 80 kobo it closed yesterday. And we are seeing this happen because there are more offers again. Every time Aradel tries to jump up, there are more offers. 2.5 million shares being offered, and the lowest offer is at 520 naira, which is the last price it's been traded, while Aradel has 811,000 bids as we speak. Lowest bid, 515 naira. So you want to place a bid at 515 because there is surely more offers. there are surely more offers than there are bids. Okay? So let's go ahead and see the top gainers, top 10 gainers for the day. Credit to stock bubbles. As we can see on the screen, if you can, Legend Internet is the top gainer, 7 naira 88 kobo, currently gaining 9.44%. Ella Lakes, number 2 top gainer, 5 naira 30 kobo on the charts, 9.28% gain. Number 3, Guinea Insurance, 75 kobo per share, currently 8.7% gained. Beja Paints that we're just talking about, 29 naira on the charts, but looks like that's a bit delayed because Beja is now at 28.50. Well, it occupies the 4th place, 7.41%. Nigerian Police Force Microfinance Bank, number 5, 2 naira 12 kobo, currently 7.07% gained. Meyer, now that's another paint manufacturer. What's happening in the paint manufacturing sector? I think maybe I should use this weekend to go through them. Meyer is another paint manufacturer. Let's see how they are doing. Currently, number 6, 6.08. This should tell us something, that something good is about to happen in the paint manufacturing industry. Currently, 9 naira 60 kobo. Sovereign Insurance, number 7 top gainer, 5 naira 5.5%. Yes, 1 naira 15 kobo. Number 8 top gainer, Charms, 2 naira 20 kobo, gaining 5.26%. Livestock is number 9, 9 naira 10 kobo, gaining 4.6%. And Deep Cap is number 10, 94 kobo, 4.4% gain. That's it about the top gainers for the day. And I was going to check through to see what Meyer Paints is doing, all right? Meyer is not gaining up to 1 naira earnings per share. Perhaps that's why it's cheaper than the other 2 paint manufacturers we spoke about. Please, if I miss your questions, just go ahead and retype them. So, because this thing keeps jumping and I'm not able to keep pace. I want to start investing for my kids. Wow. Who is my kid, who is a toddler? How do I approach this journey? I'm a newbie. Justin, the data juggernaut. Okay, you are the data juggernaut. Well, first thing to do is to open your own brokerage account, and then once your account is confirmed, you send a mail to the broker requesting to send you a minor account. So you open a minor account, and that account now becomes the administrative account. So you become the administrator for your child's minor account. In this community, we are building towards even empowering our children. All right? Very soon I'll be announcing something that we need for our children, and it's geared towards helping begin to shape them and direct their minds towards investing from no matter how small they are. So I'm working on something I will soon share with us. We are here to create generational wealth. It's not hit and run. Gone are the days, as far as you are here, when you will make money and your children will squander. No, you will show them how to go about it to be able to manage what you will leave behind and grow it even more than you did. That's where you have succeeded, because success does not end with you. You can only be termed a success if your successor continues on the path of success you created. But if your successor fails along the line, then you are not a very successful person, because what you built was not able to last. So we are here to build enduring wealth, and we can't do that without our children. Take note of this. Very soon an announcement will be coming where we will also find a way to get our children engaged when we start to teach them the ways of investing and the ways of creating wealth. How about that? If you like that, says yes. Just type yes, 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 yes. What of Bitter Glass? Walcora Footwear Collection. Now, Bitter Glass is a no-go area as we speak. That stock just defies logic, defies everything, and as we speak now, Bitter Glass 303 naira per share. Who would have believed that when I was mentioning Bitter Glass in November, at 50 naira, 55 naira, and 60 naira, that stock will jump to what it is today. 303 naira per share and unrelenting up till now. Can you imagine? Well, we are patiently waiting for a stock like Northern Nigerian Flour Mills to complete its fall so that we watch it rise accordingly as well. And that reminds me to check up on that particular stock, 97 naira 90 kobo. Yesterday, it tried to gain back up and gained massively back up to 101 naira, but currently it's at 97 naira 90 kobo. Maybe it's not at the level where the buyers, the homologous buyers, would want it, so they may want to drag it a bit lower. If you are not following me, you are losing money. I can tell you that for free, confidently. How do you know? Follow me, do what I say, and then you will realize how you have been losing money not following. So go ahead on all social media platforms and follow me so that you continue to start making money as much as you can. Gloritzi says, can you withdraw money from your child's account when he is not up to 18 years? Well, I don't know what account you mean. Do you mean the stock account or a child's bank account? Triplets mom says, thanks for yesterday. Oh, really? Interesting stuff. Not a problem. Coach, what's a good price for CWG and UACN today? UACN, 35 naira per share currently, but I think you can buy less than that. So anything less than 35, say 35.50, 34 naira 50 kobo or 33 naira 80 kobo. You should be able to get UACN. Okay, I see your yeses there on TikTok. Looks like Instagram's comment doesn't scroll, so I don't get to see. I don't get to see your comments. Okay, Paul Simon. What a wonderful question there. It says, is there no live on YouTube? There is no live on YouTube, but you know what? Guess what? The good news is that as soon as next week from Monday, the live session is advancing to YouTube as well. So stay glued and stay connected so that you can connect and watch from anywhere you like. YouTube live connection coming next week. Paul Simon just made me break that news to you as well. Right? UACN. So you can buy UACN at 34 naira 50 kobo or 33.80. And then what's the other stock you mentioned earlier? CWG, right? Let's see. CWG is currently 9 naira 40 kobo. Bid and offer status tells me it may not drop too low, but there could be a possibility of buying it as low as 9.20 or even 9.15, which is the closing price of yesterday. Remember, today is Friday, and Fridays are always bargain days where patience is required towards the last minutes of trading to get the best bargains. How much can I buy NACO, coach, please? Okay, NACO, let's see. There has been heavy interest in NACO, and I mentioned that that stock is a 100 naira stock. Just last night, or was it this morning, I was tweeting to a response. Well, NACO continues to jump. As we speak, NACO is at 86 naira 35 kobo. I told everybody here that institutional investors are now taking position in NACO. And as at then, it was trading at 80.82. What do we have right now? 86 naira 35 kobo already. Yesterday it closed at 85 and now at 86.35. And there are loads of bids mounting at 86 already. Just 395,000 shares traded. If anyone has ever done 100,000 block out of that 395,000, then surely NACO will close at 86 today. All right? Okay. NASCON seems to also be picking up. So how much you will buy NACO? Sorry, that's Expression Views. Well, maybe 86.25. Currently 86.35. If you want to just buy and shut down, because this type of stocks, just see the way Presco is behaving. Not looking at anybody, not minding what's happening, just keeps climbing. The same thing with Bitter Glass. Just keeps flying and not minding anybody. It just keeps going. So a stock like this, I've given you the update, it is heading to 100 naira per share. What you do, just let fly. Buy and go and rest and watch it climb. Yes? What's your advice? I bought Japan last year. Should I sell or hold on? That's Lao Lulash. Lao Lulash. Japan needs a lot of patience. Do you have it? That's the question right now. They just started making profit, but there's still a long way to go to convince the investing public. In any case, why did you buy Japan then? Was it a long-term transaction? If it was, then leave Japan alone. Give it its own time, because in the end, most of these stocks will need their time, and not every day. No, I mean, not every stock has the same day to explode. It's turn by turn, okay? I'd like you to remember, wow, Aradel is now 511. Oh my goodness, a heavy sell down there. Not too many quantities though, but you know what? Consider the hen sitting on an egg to hatch. She sits on it 21 days, waiting for the egg to hatch. In that egg is a liquid, but she does not keep going to check before the time whether the formation of the chicken or the chick is happening. She sits on it, stays confident, remains there resolute, remains disciplined in her mind. She just needs to sit out the period. Sitting out the period means not bothering your head about whether it is working or not, just believing the process and staying there. Guess what? That liquid, because she stays patient and stays the course, the entire length, begins to form. Bones form. Eyes begin to form. Feathers and wings begins to form. And before you know it, even blood inside the chicken forms. And then what do you have? A new world and a new life. Coach, please, how can I invest 10 million naira in recycling company? Nkemjika, what recycling company? Do you mean we discuss stocks here? And I don't know if you are discussing recycling company as in a brand new business to do. But if that is your question, that's not what I can entertain here. I'd rather you send a DM so I can advise accordingly. All right, Coach, which stocks can I enter with small money for short term and take profit? I'm not the best in short term because I will never come and claim to you that I can see tomorrow or predict the market. Nobody has ever successfully predicted the market because we have hundreds of minds doing what they like in the market, okay? So if you ask me, the closest thing to something like that should be still CWG, but when will it happen? I don't know. But if you can buy CWG around 9, okay, it's currently 920 already, 920, 915 or below 9, depending on what the market offers us today, that's a good prospect of trading and getting good money. Oluwagbote, thank you very much for your gift. I see you there. Coach, you haven't talked about Dang Sugar Paper today. Oh, is there a commercial paper? I haven't, I'm in a hurry to respond to your questions, so I've not even checked what the highlights of market updates are to share with us. I do not want to leave you closing today's session without responding to most of your questions, so I'm in a hurry to rather respond to what you have to type. Let's see if time permits. I will let you know. Yes? Okay. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Coach, what are your top 5 underpriced stocks? I've not done any research to call them top 5. doing a top 5 on the price means I would have gone through all the stocks and done dollar cost averaging for all of them, and that's a whole lot. But I think a stock like CWG at 9.15 and below is a very good stock to buy. I think I will maybe, my challenge has always been time. That's the problem. Yeah, maybe I will need to work on some of these fast-moving consumer goods stocks like UACN. It has remained at 35, 33 for a long time. If you can find it around 33, which is very possible, though the bids are more now, that's also a stock that I can say may be undervalued. But the market is also very cautious. They are trying to wait to see what happens with the second quarter results. Remember, the second quarter comes to an end, this month end, and that's half-year report. Any company that will succeed in the full year, you should be able to start telling from the half-year report, right? Halfway into the year, you should be able to tell. So the market is a bit cautious, and we really can't tell how well the stocks are priced. All I received is Atlas Research Information, which does not make sense to me now because my purpose is to register and start. Olorimoji, check your spam mailbox just to see if your account has been opened and your login details have been sent there. Sir, what investment can I go for? I need for short term. Well, if you have been listening to me, then you shouldn't be repeating the same questions because I've mentioned CWG. Nobody knows what else will spring up. Ours is to look for very good companies doing at very good prices at the moment, okay? And then we take advantage. It looks like the market wants to sell down NEM as we speak, so NEM may just lose today because the bids are now far less, 185,000 versus 1 million. Okay, anybody looking for short-term opportunities may also take a look at FTN Cocoa, but please be warned that the fundamentals are not fantastic, so you are sure that you are not investing because there may be very huge prospects there. FTN Cocoa could be a short-term play. And then for the much that a stock like livestock feeds have been ignored, I would want to take this weekend also to look at the reports, especially their first quarter result, to see what's the matter with that stock. And if there's a chance, then we will let you know how good that also is for an investment. What's dollar to the naira currently? Oga Professor, it's around 1.6. Please, coach, will Fidelity be out of forbearance this month end, please? I do not know. I haven't seen their statement regarding this particular matter, so we'll have to be patient to see. Coach, do cartoon animations videos on stocks. Exactly the point. Now, Victor Weld has a good idea, and I can tell you, not flesh and blood has revealed this to you. It will actually be connected to my YouTube channel directly, so kids can tune in, though it will be different from the current YouTube for adults, right? You are just so in the spirit. Sir, what investment can I go for? I need it for a short term. Okay, I've responded to that. Sir, I have just come across your page and saw your video on I Am Gold. Are your thoughts still same? Dami or Yeleke? Let's see, whenever the world is under pressure and there is fear in the market, gold stocks continues to climb. Let me be sure that it's still within range as far as stock price is concerned. As for the fundamentals, they are still fantastic, right? I Am Gold currently 727. I remember talking about it when it was 5. And that's quite some, say, 30% profit already. But one thing with the gold market is can be very sluggish, right? So you don't want to over invest in such companies. Now, what am I doing? I'm trying to see if we are at the height of I am gold stock price. In April, it touched $8 per share, but currently at $7.28. And that's been the highest in the last 6 months. Well. In fact, it hasn't been that high, okay? So we don't know if I am gold still has room. This is what to do. If you sense I am gold drop below 7, you can buy. The uncertainty in the international space will continue to give room for gold to progress. Alongside I am gold, another stock in that particular sector is Ashanti Gold. More expensive and bigger, right? That's Anglo Gold Ashanti PLC. You know, the reason why Ghana is called Gold Coast before the name changed to Ghana is because of the gold, natural resource that they are blessed with. So Anglo Gold Ashanti PLC is another gold stock to keep an eye on whenever there is tribulation in the stock market and there is fear. These are the stocks that climbs. For now, I think it has moved already. Currently $48 per share, though doesn't move quickly also. And this is where I prefer I am gold because it's cheaper and can easily flip your money faster than Ashanti. Ashanti Gold is AU, ticker symbol AU. This is for information purpose so that you can be able to take certain decisions outside live sessions and when opportunities arise. Coach, you haven't talked about Dang Sugar Paper today, okay? I've seen that comment. Bosa, thank you very much. Appreciate the gifts. Hello, Coach. Is ICO a good buy for long term? You need to exercise caution with ICO. The market doesn't seem to be pleased with them. I don't know for whatever reason, but it's been too stagnant for too long. And even as we speak, they offer 24 million shares, far more than the bids, 15 million bids. So it's struggled all through, and it's not looking like there is respite soon. Omoti, the realtor, says, sir, what investment can I go for? I need it for a short term. I think I have answered this question. You may want to try FTN Cocoa and CWG. Afternoon, Coach. Please talk about Name It, please. Official Fred Ofem. Well, what more can I say about Name It? Name It Pharmaceutical is enjoying some sympathy play when feeding runs out of touch. That's why you are seeing it being traded at 3 naira 70 kobo. Yesterday it closed at 360. Sometimes it also fluctuates heavily, but for now the bids are more than the offers. 7.9 million bids versus 2.3 million offers. So over to you to determine whether or not you are ready to buy. Name It at the current price. There is a chance for it to still sell at 355. As predicted, NEM has dropped to 1650 and the offers, the bids are drying up, meaning the price will drop to 1650. Part of the reasons why it's not good to run and pursue after a stock if it is rising or jumping. Oh, Vitafoam tries to hit 64 and is currently at 64 naira per share. This is one wonderful stock we have really enjoyed, from 23 naira to 64. Interesting stuff there. Coach, what do you think about Jai's Bank? Jai's between 315 and below is actually a good long-term entry. That's my take on Jai's. Sound, well-run bank. We just need time to really make money for investors. Let's see what the current status is with Jai's at the moment. 317. Okay, so if you can put in a bid, in fact 311 or 310 bid, though there is a massive bid standing by there and blocking the way at 3 naira 10 kobo, 4.8 million bids at that price. So if you want to buy before the person, just in case they don't sell to that fellow, then you should bid above them, 311. One bid is already up there above that 310. What about 537,000 shares being bidded for at 311. So those are good prices. Moses says, Coach, how do I invest? Do I have a support in the house to talk about this? I'll find out later. But for now, let me just respond. How to invest in the stock market? Open a stock brokerage account, go to my YouTube channel, watch the beginner guide videos, because knowledge will save you a lot of losses. When people say the stock market is risky, blah, 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 it's the lack of knowledge. And that's what Warren Buffett said, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. So get knowledge from the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM to send you the link to open your brokerage account. Also request for the DM to send you the link to join Net Worth Investors Club. We have a group on Discord app. Once you do all of that, then be a part of the live session here on a daily basis. Watch the daily YouTube videos that are uploaded. You are set. You will still be learning, but you have a strong support system where you can ask questions and invest knowledgeably. That way, you hardly miss your way and you hardly lose money. Even where others are losing money, you will find that you are making money. My YouTube handle is at Wealth Coach Omiete. I'll type it for you here in the comment section. Just look ahead so you can screen grab and then search me out both on YouTube and on Instagram. Send DMs on Instagram, then go on YouTube and follow, subscribe for free. All of this for free. Nobody is asking you to pay for anything. So don't be deceived in case anybody comes into your DM and claims to be me. There are fake accounts all over the place. Make sure once you chat me up, I am responding to you and you are not responding to somebody else. All right? It's now been part of us. We're used to it now. If you are not an original, there will be no photocopy. So everybody copying what I am doing and going to place fake accounts just to deceive people, God is watching you. And when God strikes, there will be no mercy. Okay? All right, Coach, my strategy is to continue to take position in Aradale and Champs for the very long term. Official Mobos, fantastic strategy there. When it pays, you'll be amazed. You know, this stock market knows how to reward the patient, right? So let's cultivate this habit. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I like us to understand that and just follow through accordingly. So stay on where you are, invest, and keep going. You never know. Thank you so much. I'm going to watch it now. Moses, appreciate your feedback and prompt response. Coach, is Aradale a good price at now? Long term? Well, Aradale should be selling far more than that, but we are patiently waiting for the heavy seller to be done with his sales. He doesn't seem to have been done yet. Currently 518 naira per share, 2.5 million offers versus just 818,000 bids. So it's possible to buy at 518 immediately, or you place a bid at 513 naira. There is still the likelihood, if they did not do a 100,000 block transaction at once, that it closes at 536 at the end of trading this week. King Kids Hub says, please, what about Beta Glass? Don't go there. It's gone out of reach. We were speaking about Beta Glass here since November when it was 50 naira per share, then it got to 60 naira. Now it's 303 naira per share. If you buy, you are going to lose money when it starts reversing. Coach, is NVAX a good buy for today or I should wait? Oyin is asking about Novavax, which is a foreign stock. Hold on, let me check what the price is. If it's less than 7 naira, it's a good buy. If it's 7 and above, you may want to wait to see. Oh, Novavax is 630. Fantastic. It's a good buy. Though we started buying at $5. What am I saying? I said 7 naira? No, $7. We started buying at $5.90 or thereabouts. So $6.30 is a good buy. Currently in pre-market, it's flashing $6.35. So it's showing signs that the market wants to buy also, and it's adding 5 cents as we speak. So it's a good price to buy. I just said before even I saw the price that if it's below 7, it's good to buy. That's a swing trade stock that can do wonders if you give it time. Okay, Coach, what do you think about Guinness? Guinness is waiting for the the first half-year result. That's what I think. People want to see them match their performance in terms of what was anticipated from the first quarter in the second quarter result. Currently, 88 naira 20 kobo, down from 90 naira, but the bids are more than the offers. 1.1 million bids versus 529,000 offers. Trims by Chooks says, I have UCAP and Access Corp. I have cash. Should I top up or should I get other stocks? If the stock prices you bought each of them, current price is lower than what you bought, go ahead and top up. That way you average down, right? Okay, coaches, RDL good at 510. Expression views, absolutely. Strike right now at that price and fear nothing. Dr. Tu is typing MTN. Coach, please, is MTN still a buy and at what price? I responded on the group that MTN has defied logic and gravity, perhaps because of a planned sale by the holders, the South African stakeholders in MTN. There is a rumor that I have information about that some of the holdings of the South African majority holders, they want to do an offer for sale of some of their stocks. Could that be the reason why the stock price is rising so that they sell at a good price? Or could there be someone or an institution that is trying to take a large position preparatory to when that offer price will come out so that they can also collect enough? I am thinking in my head that the latter could be the case and not the former, because billions of naira has been spent trading MTN stocks in the last couple of days. As I speak to you now, even though the stock price is down by 5 naira alone, currently 350 naira 90 kobo from the 355.90 it closed yesterday, MTN has traded another 4.6 million shares valued at 1.6 billion naira as we speak. There is still a lot of time left in the market. The question now is, how could somebody spend billions to drive up this share price because they want to sell more? Or could it be the majority South African shareholding company already selling and some other bigger interest also buying? The long and short of it is, this is why MTN eventually has, defied gravity and continued to go up. Ordinarily, from when it first hit 300 naira per share, it is supposed to pull down and stay down a while, and maybe hit 300 again and come back down a while, right? But there was only one pullback. It hit 300, came back down to 280 something, 290, and the next time it hit 300, boom, it disappeared. Currently 350 naira 70 kobo, down again from 350.90. Okay? Well, another person has put in a transaction of 354 naira 80 kobo per share. So this is the story with MTN. Defies gravity and destroys all the technical chart laws as we speak. The same goes with beta glass, defying all fundamental statistics or principles and just continues to fly up. Okay? Adetoye says, buy Aradel at 300 naira per share. It's a sale. What is he talking about? Can you rephrase your statement so we can understand you? Okay, good afternoon, coach. Where do I invest with 300K for long term? Ozoguru, Roderick. Roderick, buy CWG or UACN. Coach, between Access and First Bank, which is better to buy now? Well, Access is currently 21 naira 90 kobo, First Bank 26 naira 75 kobo. Going by the promises of both banks, you may want to buy any. If the money is not much, you want to buy the cheaper, which is Access 21.90, because they are also promising to improve on their dividend payout and slow down on foreign bank acquisitions. But the prospects in First Bank for capital gains is very massive. They just need to improve on their dividends, which the chairman, Femi Otedola, has already spoken about that they intend doing. So, the ball is in your court. Hello, coach. Can I average up on UACN, JAs? Absolutely, you can, because I know that UACN's first half-year result is going to be wonderful again. I know. My messages keeps going up. Rachel, oh, now that you have typed, so sorry. Now that you have typed what I can see is when you didn't drop your own message. Sorry about that. The thing just keeps, okay, coach, as a student, I have little income to get a stock ball. I don't know which to get between CWG, FT, and Cocoa. As a student, I want to encourage you to stay on this and just doing it little by little. You will be amazed at what you become at the end of your graduation. That was what happened to me, and I love to talk to students. I started before I even gained admission, but by the time I was out of school, graduating, I was worth 500,000 naira in stocks. Now, imagine 500,000 naira of that time. I could have bought a car immediately on graduation. So, between CWG and FTN Cocoa, I would want you to go ahead and buy. That's very tricky. I want you to be safe, but I also want your money to grow. And let it grow fast. Go on with FT and Cocoa. Just because I am thinking you may not have sufficient volume, and if you put it in CWG, it will not be very encouraging, no matter how high CWG rises. But you have a chance because you have time for FT and Cocoa to become so fundamentally solid, especially now that our Greek stocks are doing well. Then you fly. C for Golden says, please, how many stocks can I have on my portfolio? You can have as many as you want. You are the CEO of your portfolio. Just make sure you are picking up very good stocks and not just anything that is making people go crazy in the market. Okay? All right. Hello, coach. Okay, responded to that. So there you go, Rachel. Hope it's fine. And also, sir, I've been hearing Sukuk. It's a bond. Talk about Chams, sir. Abdul Samad. Well, Abdul Samad, Chams, I've said several things about Chams, how they have good prospects and how they are expanding out of Nigeria. Currently, they've already opened their business in Senegal, and they are now increasing their share capital, and that's why they're going to be doing a rights issue of 1 for 2. But if you didn't have it before the 16th of this month, you do not qualify for that rights issue. In any case, it's a very good long-term stock. There are serious prospects for that company. Oh yes, Lolade 500K was a lot, but if you looked at me at that time, you would never imagine there was something close to that near me. Just like you cannot estimate my net worth right now by just looking at me. You know, the wealthy don't flaunt wealth. I don't know why it's like that. They just keep building and regardless. But when they spend, they don't look back. Enjoy your money. That's where we are inducting you all into. Thank you. Medicine want to take my life. Don't worry. Oh, medicine. Oh, you are doing medicine? Well, you have a friend in Lolade, I guess, Rachel. So connect with Lolade there. She's, I think, in Russia. Okay? So never mind. It will soon be over. Whatever you are going through as a student, whatever looks like a challenge and a mountain, never mind. We all went through it, and soon you'll be done, and then you'll be proud of yourself, and of course, especially, okay, Lolade has already responded. You are not alone. Interesting stuff there. Yes, Lulucious. That's the fact. Coach, please talk about Omatech. No sound fundamentals for Omatech. Now, let me just give you what the situation is with that stock. Please understand that you don't go into the stock market and buy anything you see. Do not also attach emotions to these things. We want to see the stock producing and performing, right? And then we can tell whether it's a good buy or not. Now, let me give you an update. The market values Omatech at 2.15 billion. That's market capitalization. Revenue 400, I'm seeing 400K. Net income minus 79 million, meaning they are not making profit. Loss. They made a loss of 79 million. They have 2.94 billion shares in circulation, and their earnings per share is actually a loss per share of 3 kobo. So it's a loss-making business. Anything that will make it rise and create, attention could just be a mere hype, or there is news in the background that there is some favorable business decisions and actions going on. That's all. So over to you. And I will not promote a business that I'm not too sure the fundamentals are okay, so that I don't mislead you into investing in a company that they are only hyping up to sell off and jump out, and then you go in innocently and get trapped. That's what we're avoiding. So you will see some stocks jumping. Please don't be deceived. Find out how well the company is doing. Coach, please, between TIP and CWG, which is better in terms of fast growth? Who can tell? Nobody can really tell. CWG surprised us with the rapid move from 1 naira 90 kobo in November to 7 naira before dropping to 6 something, and is struggling to maintain that particular price that is it has attained. That's the problem. So it's already done a very massive move, and it's now struggling to maintain it or even move higher. And the market never moves on a straight line. So we really can't tell how fast or how soon any of them will move to wherever. But what we are sure of is there are 2 good companies that are good to invest in, as I have said severally, and we have seen in terms of price movement. For CWG, it has done the slower move compared to TIP. It means you could get a faster reaction from CWG than, remember, CWG had already touched 11 before dropping to 9 because a heavy seller is selling. So, over to you. Coach, I can estimate your worth. King kids. Well, I'm just a little boy here. I don't have any much. But if you can, I am praying that you are estimating far above what I am, and I will receive that wholeheartedly as a prayer. Thank you very much. Be rich, not look rich. That is the goal. You get the point now, fashion designer in Lagos? Well done for that. That's what we're about. People are just busy trying to impress who is not even interested in what they are doing. And blowing their lifetime spending money. Because whatever you waste today, tomorrow is waiting for you to come and give report. Like I said in one of my personal quotes, I said, the certificate for a frivolous financial life is waiting for you in your 70s. And what is that certificate? A broke and a terrible lifestyle, because you can't fund the rest of your life if you squander what you have now. Coach, which REIT on the NGX would you recommend? Wafidoc. If you have serious money for REITs, I would say go for the most expensive REIT, which is SFS REIT. Why is it most expensive? Because they are paying handsomely, right? SFS REIT is the most expensive, or you go for Union Homes REIT. SFS REIT currently 226 Naira per share. Union Homes REIT 52 Naira per share. And then the list of them all, UPDC REIT 6 Naira currently as we speak. Yes? Why is SFS REIT so expensive? Well, because they pay so well. I'll tell you, SFS REIT has an earnings per share of 24 Naira, and they paid out 21 Naira 50 kobo. That's the beautiful thing about REITs. They are mandated to pay out about 70% of their profit after tax or more. In the US, it's about 90%. I think 90 to 70% of their profit after tax must be paid out to shareholders as dividend. And SFS REIT has really built wealth for their shareholders. I remember 2-3 years ago, I was doing my on and off live sessions like this, and a lady called from Dublin, Ireland, and talked about how she invested in a property in Lagos, but she was just having problems throughout maintaining the property, collecting rent from tenants, doing court case left, right, and center, and got fed up and then decided to sell the property. It was SFS REIT she bought. As at the time I was doing that live, SFS REIT was selling at 60, 65 Naira. She had bought at 50 Naira. So as at that time, at 65 Naira per share, she was excited because she said the income she's getting from that particular investment is far more than the rental income she was getting from the property she sold to buy those stocks. And my point now is what she bought at 50 Naira is now what we are seeing at 226 Naira 2 years after or 3 years after. That's what the stock market can do for you. And then somebody went on Twitter to respond to one of my tweets about MD of Zenith Bank buying so and so number of stocks, that all of these things is to prop up the price, that the stock prices will eventually crash. That's what the stock market is all about. And I just laugh. Can you see the level of ignorance still being displayed in this day and age of internet, where anybody can actually do their research and follow up on some things? Somebody who has been in it for 27 years is talking, and you jump in and show your ignorance. Well, what do we have? Right, coach, what happened to QTix? Just dropped to 306. Well, somebody got angry and sold massively. You know, I'm one of those who was waiting for it to drop below 3 and it refused, so I left it alone. Sometimes you need to learn these things. you don't pursue a stock too hard. QTix, let's see where it is. Well, it's not dropped. It's at 317. Where are you viewing from? Baba Gift. 317. Maybe that sale was just one of, well, it's still at 317, though the bids are far less than the offers. More than double the bids is what the offers are. 14 million offers versus 6 million bids. All right, please, coach, talk about NGX Group. As a novice, I'm confused about the stock being listed. Okay. NGX is actually a private company itself, right? So they make money from transactions happening in the stock market. If you look through your contract notes, now everybody listen to this. Every time you buy stocks, you are entitled to a contract note sent to you by your stockbroker. Ask for it if they don't, but usually the proactive stockbrokers send it to you by email without asking. Once the market closes, the system generates those contract notes and sends to your email. That contract note breaks down details of what you bought. Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm speaking to you, I'm seeing GT Co. currently 81 naira per share. Congratulations. It keeps flying. And those people who hurriedly sold will be biting their fingers now because they sold down to at least 76 naira per share. What you sold at 76 naira on Monday is now 81 naira today. When you are not under guidance, these mistakes are possible. But please and please, if I am able to spend 2 hours for free every day talking to you here, then I think you should take advantage. If we still have Net Worth Investors Club on Discord app as a group where you can ask questions from time to time, I think you should take advantage of it because I am in your life to ensure you make money. And this is how I know that you are the ones I was sent to. You are always available, always listening, paying attention, being a part of this. I can tell you I am talking to the right people that I was sent to, and we will make this money together. Remember in January I told you we will make money this year, and we are making money already, whether the devil likes it or not. This is where you can build wealth and no village people can attempt it. Have you heard about that before? Well, that's what I'm telling you now. If you have been making money and blowing it and not knowing what to do with it, listen. This is where you will invest, and go broke because you invested. And do you know what? Being broke is not being poor. Not the type of being broke that you have nothing to lay hands on and you live a miserable life. In this place, we go broke because we have invested everything we have and still looking for money to invest. That's the best kind of broke that you can have, right? Dozy Unlimited says Vitafoam at 68.95. Really? Could it be a one-off? Let's see. My goodness, this is so real. 68 naira 95 kobo. Well, will it be able to sustain? We have 2 million bids versus 920,000 offers. Congratulations, I will say to those who followed me to buy Vitafoam from 23 naira and upwards. I still went ahead and bought at 55, remember? Well, there you go, 68. Whether it's sustained or not is not my problem. My joy is that many more others are benefiting. Coach, please, can one buy more than the number of shares within his or her rights in a company? Elvis Presley, absolutely, because you will surely find people who will not be ready to take up their rights, and those who may not even know that rights issue is happening because they are not in any community where the information is going on and being shared. So you will definitely have people reject their rights because there is no cash to buy at the time the rights came or something. You know what? The managers in charms know exactly what they are doing. They are giving you pre-information even before their application was submitted to the stock exchange for approval. They've already been reaching out to heavy holders, right? Major stakeholders who already have it have received emails about the rights long ago. And they are now waiting for approval, so that between when they started spreading the information and when the approval is gotten, you must have prepared yourself and made cash available to take up your rights. So I am predicting personally that Charm's rights issue will be oversubscribed, especially knowing the fact that they've been given pre-information ahead of time, plus the fact that it's at a very fantastic discount of ₦1.70 per share. So what you will do, you will apply for your full rights, then you will apply for extra. Just let your broker know, so that when they are doing allotment, as long as you have sufficient cash to cover the extra you have also applied for, they may just allot to you. But if it is heavily oversubscribed, then that becomes difficult, because they will now want to just attend to what you were, what is due you. Okay? The law says I have 1.5 million available. What advice can you give? Well, if we go through the markets now, opportunities that I can find here is around a stock like, let's see what USCN is doing. Well, 1.5 million, I would say split it between USCN and CWG, or USCN and TIP. Because I'm looking at that TIP now, it's consolidating. It may not go below 6, but it will need time before it can rise above 7 and stay above 7. So it's beginning to find a consolidation around 650, 670 or thereabouts. Okay? I haven't checked if I have a call today because I'm struggling to go through, but yes, I have a call, Success Mindset and Gerard. Let's go with Success, who has been there waiting patiently. Okay. Hello, Success Mindset. Good afternoon. Are you there, sir? While we are waiting for him to connect, we will also connect with Gerard so that we maximize the time and take advantage of what's happening. Hello, Success Mindset. Are you there? Hello, Gerard. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Coach.
Very good afternoon to you. It's good to have you back here. Your name and where you're streaming from? Following the protocol.
My name is Gerald, and I'm calling from Canada, sir.
Thank you very much, Gerald, for joining. All the way from Canada. Go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask a question, and I know that you spoke briefly about it during the start of the session. It's about Alex.
Okay.
That stock was on my watch list because after reading the books that you suggested, so I stopped chasing prices. I look at fair value prices of companies. So when I was looking at Alex, it was around 3 naira something then. And then I'm using investing.com, I am using their paid version. They valued it around the 2 naira something then. So, and then they stated that it was overvalued. So I didn't bother, looking at the price or looking at the stock. And then when it jumped to 4 naira something, they revalued it, fair value at 3 naira 60 something kobo. And I was like, okay, it's still overvalued. I'm still waiting for the stock to go down at least to a fair value price before I can go in. And now Alex is around 5 naira. They revalued it at 4 naira something again. So now my question is, should I take this revaluation seriously, or should I just take it out with just a pinch of salt? Because if I have joined around that 3 naira something, now, I should have gotten it at undervalued price. Now that the price has been revalued, because I don't think they are. I thought they should be valuing it based on the accounting profitability of the company, but I don't think that's how they do get their fair value prices. I don't know.
Okay. One thing with the foreign websites is you don't take them too seriously in terms of data transmission to them. Their way of sharing data is more efficient than ours. And so for that reason, there could be these mix-ups here and there. That's why you must have noticed the various updates. As at the time they are saying undervalued, I mean overvalued, or as at the time they undervalued it, they may have been relying on the full year 2024 results, whereas the first quarter 2025 result was already out, but they haven't worked with it. At that point, all these things can come up. So that's why it's important to follow up the NGX website and try to do your own analysis and conclusions. In any case, a lot of what is happening around Ella Lakes now is not because that is the value currently. It's simply because the public now, their confidence is building up following the call, the virtual call that they made. A lot of people were thinking the palm oil business has not still started yet, but he came up to say, listen, the meal will be launched this month. I think this month end or something like that, or nearing its launch. So such news is fantastic because they've not been productive yet. And the other aspects of they ventured into, talking about cassava farming, piggery, and rice farming, nothing much has come out of it. But it's now looking like things are happening and people are taking position early. But if you ask me whether Ella Lakes is currently valued at the present performance, I will say no. So there is a lot of anticipation that things can only get better. And that's why people are jumping into Ella Lakes as we speak. So sometimes you can decide on these things following your instinct. And then I still recall long ago I made an in-depth analysis and shared on the group. I just need somebody to remind me along the line to come up with that report so that if you look at it, you can make up a say, I want to stay in this stock for long enough to see my money grow, no matter what is happening currently, because at least we now know that the management is up and doing with their promises about going into oil palm. So a lot of people are also getting into LMX with the anticipation of the wonderful growth that oil palm is doing for both Pesco and Okomo. But that itself will also take a lot of time. So basically, sometimes even these, especially the foreign website that does valuation, they can eventually actually make errors. It's very possible.
I don't know. Is there any Nigerian website that does valuations that you can suggest I should take a look at?
Basically, I don't know any yet as we speak. So we struggle with our valuation individually, and it's not easy doing DCF.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. That's all for today.
Not a problem. Don't forget, I remember your initial request that I should organize a session, a paid session for that. Time will tell. I think we should be able
Yeah,
to do
I
something.
I have I have made up my mind. I will send you a DM after this session to let you know the one I'm going for.
No, 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 not that one. I'm talking about how to value valuation, company
Oh,
valuation.
okay, 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 okay.
I will announce that when I'm able to find the time to do that.
I look forward to that, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, like he said, Ella Lakes is flying, and a lot of us need to know the details of that publication I made on the Discord group. I know how to dig it out. Just remind me. That's all I ask for, so that you can be abreast of the fact. And then for students who have enough time, you can take your time to wait for what is going on now to fizzle out. And when the stock stabilizes, you now buy little by little, start building up your stake in that company. There could also be a chance that they will make some offers. I don't know. In any case, that's about Ella Lakes at the moment. Okay. Rizal says I bought 23,000 units of Ella Lakes at 2 naira 80 kobo last year. Congratulations. It's currently 5.33, though it closed at 4 naira 85 kobo yesterday. Can we still buy Ella Lakes now? I am thinking there should be a pullback on Ella Lakes. So maybe you wait for it under 5 naira. There's no hurry in this thing as we speak. There's really no hurry. As you can see, FeedSyn has dropped below 40. And that's why I don't chase stocks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have concerns with your Atlas, Atlas is in the building, so please go ahead. Make your comments so they can attend to you on the comment section. That makes it a bit faster. I'm missing out on a lot of comments on Instagram because it doesn't scroll. That's the problem. Just Abi Solami says, I bought RDL at 512 naira today, but the best bid price has dropped below. Okay, let's see. Looking like I'm logged out. I can't log in at the moment. So what's the price at the moment? Because I can't seem to log in right now. Njoko Oscar says NACO is now 88 naira 20 kobo. My goodness, are you watching what I'm watching? Well. We see how it goes. This is how you just put money somewhere, relax yourself. As I'm here talking to you now, I'm just relaxed and the money is growing. I don't have to lift a finger no more. I just use here to make money work for me. Right? How can I get Atlas? The law, send me a DM on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I need to open a brokerage account. I'll send you the link. Or just link to open a brokerage account or Atlas link. Finish. Coach, you did not answer yet. Please, between WAPIC and Sovereign Trust, which is a better value for capital acquisition for 6 to 12 months? I really can't tell Akudo Nido because I can't even log in right now. I'm still having challenges logging in. But, okay, let's see. I need you to be careful with insurance stocks. I really need you to be careful with insurance stocks. In any case, it looks like WAPIC is the stronger one there. WAPIC insurance should be stronger than, what's the other one? You mentioned Sovereign Trust. WAPIC is a better, you know, WAPIC is now Coronation Insurance, well managed. Earnings per share, they're in profit, 42 kobo earnings per share. Their revenue is even bigger than their market capitalization. So the other one is Sovereign Trust, right? Sovereign Trust has an earnings per share of 22 kobo. WAPIC has an earnings per share of 42 kobo. Obviously, that's why it's bigger. But Sovereign Trust is around 1 naira 90 kobo per share. The PE ratio is 5.04x. Coronation's PE is 4.71x. I'll go with Coronation, which is WAPIC. WAPIC is a better buy. Even the RSI, Relative Strength Index, WAPIC rates better at that point. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Thank you very much. That's Global Chef. I see you there following. Interesting stuff. Now you will realize the next thing to do is to follow instructions and start building your own portfolio of wealth. Coach, the price of MTN is moving in leaps and bounds. Can I still buy now? Glorious Gladys. I made various comments regarding this MTN. I don't know if I should keep repeating myself. Can be very challenging to keep repeating oneself. That's why we download the video to help many others navigate through what we said in the course of the day. So I'm going back to check what MTN is right now. Currently 354 naira per share. So it doesn't seem to be climbing today too much. Down by just about 1 naira 10 kobo at the moment. But it's very strong interest in that stock also is going on. 1.6 billion naira spent trading that stock. What do you think about FeedSyn? I have a few stocks there. Should I top up? Fashion designer in Lagos. Just wait for FeedSyn to bottom out. After that very strong run that it experienced, it will need a little time before it continues to go up. So let's keep watching and seeing how low it gets. Maybe it could touch 38 or 37. If not today, maybe next week. And then we see if sufficient interest builds up again. Current status for FeedSyn, let's see what it is. I saw it at 39, but it's now 40. I can't seem to analyze bid and offer, so I'll just leave it alone for now. So that's the position with that. Coach, what happened to QTix? Okay, I've responded to this. I think some messages I've responded to keeps coming back. I don't know how this thing scrolls. If I haven't responded to your message, just repeat it. Can we still buy MTN, Coach? You didn't really answer my question, or it's a wait. Well, you should buy because of the interest there that is not waning. Coach, please, what do you think about mutual benefits? What do you think about mutual benefits? Let's see. Mutual benefits is one stock I actually was recommending under 1 naira. It got to 1 naira at some point 99 kobo, but what I'm seeing here is refusing to drop below 1 naira. But that's the most ideal price to buy mutual benefits insurance or mutual benefits assurance. So maybe it's okay at 1 naira and below. At 1 naira and below. Okay. ICO is more reliable and solid insurance company with better fundamentals. Its share price, simple money. I don't understand. Your statement is incomplete. But if I should keep ICO is supposed to have done better in price action than it is doing right now. Earnings per share, 28 kobo per share. Even mutual benefit has a better earnings per share than it does. It's supposed to do far better. Look at the revenue, 138 billion, right? But the problem I can see is shares outstanding. These insurance companies are really crazy. You see, ICO has 36 billion shares outstanding compared to mutual benefits, 20 billion shares. And then if we go to WAPIC has 23 billion shares. And if you go to sovereign insurance, they have 14 billion shares. These are a lot of the things that you need to pay attention to before you make your investment decisions. Do I have somebody still standing by? Okay, Marvel Digital. Let's hear Marvel Digital. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
I'm Marvel. I'm streaming from Delta State.
Marvel from Delta State. He says, "What's up?" And I'm asking you, "What's up?" Also, tell us what you have to say. I'm sure you didn't know when it came out. What's up? Go
I didn't
ahead.
think you were going to even put me up right now. Like, I wasn't really ready. I was just gifting you. You get, like, keep doing your
Okay,
thing and all.
interesting. I actually saw that you called in. What has happened is that you called in unknowingly. So it's good
Oh,
to hear from you anyway. I hope all is going fine and you are getting value.
yeah, yeah, I'm true. I'm true. Maybe your next live, I'll come on it and I'll come on live.
Not a problem. It's good to hear from you, my
All
brother.
right, brother.
Enjoy your weekend. So, ladies and gentlemen, interest continues to build even on a stock like, or in a stock like, what do we Fidelity Bank. I'm seeing some interesting moves going on there with Fidelity. By the way, CWG is suddenly mounting up 9 naira 50 kobo per share. Maybe the heavy seller will come in towards close of business. But I was talking about Fidelity, right? Fidelity Bank showing some interest, 29 million shares traded because I saw bulk transactions going on for Fidelity. 500 million spent already. Okay, let's go ahead. Time is fast running out. We don't want to lose our coach. What's the difference between long-term and short investment? Okay, long-term investment is you investing for between 3 to 5 years, 10 years, and so on. Short-term investment, we're talking about 1 year period and less. And that's because some people have a project, for instance, somebody wants to get married in December or in March next year. I don't know whose date I'm announcing now, but if that's you, congratulations. You want to get married in March 2026, but you have some money that you will need that time that you don't want to spend and waste before that time. So what you do, you try to build that money to grow because you don't take somebody's daughter into your house for her to start suffering, right? You want to create a fantastic environment for her to live the rest of her life, having given up her father's name for your surname. Okay? So what you do is you invest short term, knowing you will need the money around March to fund the wedding. The investing that money will now help you to also make the house a comfortable place for your new bride to come in. Am I making sense right now? So that's it. So some people come in with money that is short-term money, and you put it in so you can um, grow it for your eventual use, right? Okay. This Abele, well, you know what? That's it. And we hope that you will enjoy your marriage without tension in terms of financial pressure. Yes, so coach, what short-term investment do you advise? I repeat that a stock like I repeat that a stock like CWG and FTN Cocoa should be short-term buys. Though CWG is actually a fundamentally sound stock for the long haul. Yes? And of course, tip, UACN. Even Cadbury, I saw Cadbury dropping earlier today. Okay, it's currently at yesterday's closing price, 40 naira 20 kobo. All right. This one fashion designer is saying, yes, so coach, it means that your wedding is coming up in March or so. Coach, good stock with 200K. Well, the way you people ask these questions, if you were listening up, you would have heard me mention a stock like FTN Cocoa. FTN Cocoa is okay. Coach, Aradel or MTN, come on now. If you've got either of anyone, then you go for the other. So if you've got Aradel already, you go for MTN. If you've got MTN already, you go for Aradel. Coach, 5 million naira investment, which stocks to buy for short term and also portfolio? Gracias. 5 million investment, which stock? If you are going long term, buy UACN, FBNH, and possibly Dangote Sugar. Okay, fashion designer in Lagos says sooner than March. Oh, okay, that means you are the December candidate. You know, I said December or March, and I was saying could be somebody here. Congratulations in advance. Oh, your husband will be a lucky man, because when you find a woman who knows how to grow money one way or the other, you are gifted. Please, is Owando paying dividend at the moment? No. For the past 10 years, Owando has disappointed shareholders. Coach, what are your thoughts on Consolidated Hallmark? I feel that stock is not getting the deserved attention when compared to peers in the industry. Thank you for bringing it to my notice. It was me who spoke about it some time ago, informing us that Consolidated Hallmark Insurance actually is a major shareholder in Aradel, and Aradel itself also has shares in Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. So all the shipping insurance licenses, oil and gas insurance that Aradel is going to be getting involved in, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance will have a strong stake. And so good business for them going forward. All right, so I'm going to check what the details are. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. I said it that time, and you are very correct. Real Seal, you are so very correct. Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. And that time I was saying buy under 3 naira. It was under 3 naira, right? Yes. Fortune Ojenama says, I bought Cornhall at 285 on your call, coach. Congratulations if you did. Stay patient in that stock. Let me tell you this. Consolidated Hallmark Insurance has a revenue of 51.6 billion naira, much more than the market capitalization of the stock at 32.5 billion. But that's not all. One thing I like about it is, even though the ROSI is at 50, which is mid-term, we are seeing a situation where it has a lower shares outstanding than others. And that has helped it to convert the net income of 21 billion naira into an earnings per share of 1 naira 98 kobo. We just need to see that this thing is not a one-off performance by comparing it along some, say, 3 to 5 year period. So that's one solid stock waiting to rise. Can you imagine the PE ratio is 1.51x? Now, somebody was asking about a stock like Sovereign Insurance. Let's compare them together. Sovereign Insurance has a PE ratio of 5. The lower the PE ratio, the less expensive the stock is. But that is not always the case if you are valuing a bigger company that is a blue chip company, because at that point, the P ratio is going to be higher, and that shows public confidence. They are too confident of the stock and they are ready to buy beyond what a reasonable P ratio should be. But when you are valuing smaller companies, you want to be careful. The closer the P ratio is to 0, the cheaper the stock is, especially when you have to compare it amongst its peers. So let's go ahead and do some comparative analysis amongst the low-priced insurance stocks. We're talking about Sovereign Insurance, PE ratio 5.04. Coronation Insurance, which is WAPIC Insurance, 4.71. Mutual Benefits Assurance, 3.07. ICO Insurance, 5.58. And then you have Coronation, 1.51. That means very cheap compared to others, even if it's at 3 naira while ICO is at 1 naira 60 kobo. Why? Because the shares outstanding for Coronation is far less than the others, 10.8 billion shares, but you have ICO having as much as 36 billion shares. So for ICO to pay 1 naira dividend per share, they must make at least 36 billion naira. But for for Consolidated Hallmark Insurance to pay 1 naira per share, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance will only need to make 10 billion naira profit after tax. You see the difference now? That's it. Nobody goes this deep spending their time to talk to you about these things. And so this is what you benefit from being a part of this. Listen, go onto my YouTube channel, use this weekend, watch as many of the videos as possible, and make sure you take notes. So you don't need to re-watch it. Take notes as you are watching, and you are more than equipped. When you buy a stock, you buy with confidence. For instance, if I buy Consolidated Hallmark Insurance now, I'm going to be buying at 3 naira, then tomorrow it drops to 2 naira 80 kobo. I jump back in. You are investing from a point of knowledge and cannot be thrown away. But somebody who doesn't know what he's doing will jump out of that stock, having bought at 3 naira because you saw it drop to 2 naira 80 kobo. Only time will now tell what becomes of you by the time you start recovering from all that you have done with the investment. Thank you very much. So we have more callers standing by, and I'm asked to pick your calls. Yusuf, take one. You are the next first caller that will be entertaining at this juncture. Hello, Yusuf. We have just about 14 minutes before today's session is rounded off. I'm happy with the progress we are making. Good afternoon. Hello, Yusuf, are you there? Yusuf seems to be unaware that he called in, so I'm going to cut him off and get the next person. Hello, Mo. I think Mo has been standing by all along. I don't know if you called in error. We should know. Hello, Mo. Can you unmute your mic so we can hear you? Okay, Mo is also not speaking, so we go on to the next person without delay. Dozy Unlimited. So I disconnect Mo so we can see space. Good afternoon, sir. Hello, Dozy. Are you there? Okay, at this point, I want to hope and believe it's not a connection problem. We're going on to speak to ID. Dozy Unlimited is not connecting, so we disconnect. Hello, ID. We lost ID there. The law is next on the line. We have no time to waste. 12 minutes before today's session is over. Coronation is under which board, please? Jude Moore is asking. It's on equity. Just search, follow the, it's arranged in alphabetical order. You will see, it's not Coronation, sorry. Coronation is actually WAPIC Insurance now. So the stock I was talking about, if you are asking about the stock that has stakes in Aradel as well, as Aradel having stake in it, is Conhall, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. That's Conhall on equities board. Wow, it's getting too cold here. I'm almost having catarrh. Maybe I should put up this. Sorry about that. The law, are you there? I hope it's not my connection or something, but I still can't hear the law, and the law has disconnected. Well, we go on to Adegoke. Adekule, you are next. While I am waiting for these calls that have wasted my time non-connecting, let me respond. What do you think of? Well, using the foreign stocks, don't buy Nigerian stocks with you because you are going to take public. Sorry, we can't take that. Wellness and skin is next on the queue of callers. Is it okay to get more of Guinness? I bought a few months ago when it was 77 naira. JAs. Where the quantity is already, you go ahead and buy. Hello. Hello? Is it that people are calling without knowing they are calling in? Hello, Wellness and Skin, are you there? You ready to talk? Or you calling in error? Obviously, a lot of calls came in error. So I continue my business of talking about, responding to your comments, okay? Coach, is it ideal for shares to have more percentage in your investment portfolio in general? Kakaglam. How do you mean? You mean a portfolio of both stocks, bonds, crypto, and all of that? Maybe you should call in. Can you call in so we can talk over the phone to make it easier? Have you done any research on Airtel Africa stocks recently, and what is your insight? For Airtel, because it's so expensive, nobody wants to really delve into it. But you know what? Airtel is a top quality stock, and it's actually been, they did various, in fact, they are still on the second phase of share buyback. Currently, they are in their second phase of share buyback. And I can tell you, it's a fantastic stock. Just that it's very expensive, and price movement is difficult to achieve as a result of the price, and you would need about 100,000 shares traded at once, currently at 2,300 naira per share. So if you want to move Airtel stock now, right, 100,000 shares will cost you 100,000 times 2,300 plus per share. That's 230 million naira. So if you want to move Airtel stock price from 2,300 to the next phase, then you must buy 10% higher than what it is now, spending over 230 million to move the price. You see the point now. That's why, and that's the problem with a stock also like Seplat, that is over 5,000 naira per share. Otherwise, these are the details. Market capitalization, 13 trillion naira. Revenue, 7.63 trillion naira. Net income out of that is 337 billion. And then earnings per share, 91 naira. And then PE ratio, 38.67x. Now we have dividend that they paid was 96 naira. That means they paid more than they earned per share. And that is not very good. But the fact is, they are reducing the number of shares through that buyback program. Current shares outstanding is not available, I can't see. But when they do share buyback, every company that does share buyback, like Dangote Cement has done twice, is that they automatically reduce the number of stocks in circulation. That means it becomes even more scarce. Then if they go ahead and sell and cancel those shares, it means those stocks no longer exist. That's what Dangote Cement did recently. And for doing that, it means whatever they are making now, because they will now distribute amongst fewer shares, having canceled the ones they bought, and taking it out of existence, their per share data will increase. All their per share metrics will increase, and that means they can also pay better dividends per share as well. These are some of the intricacies with these stocks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis says, Coach, oh, please, can you upload the live of today in your YouTube? I want to use my office Wi-Fi to download. Not a problem, Elvis. The problem is, to download 2 hours video first from TikTok, then now uploading it back on YouTube can take a lot of time. That's just the challenge. And that's why sometimes I would say on or before 6 p.m. Nigerian time on this very day of the live session, it will be uploaded. But it sometimes drags and eventually gets uploaded at 7 or 8. But sometimes, if everything is going on fine, it can be uploaded even before 4 p.m. So it's really not easy, but we are working tirelessly to satisfy you. So it's okay, it's possible to download. Airtel is on full bid. It's always been on full bid all along. But the problem is, how will the price move? You need 230 million naira to move the price. That's just the problem. So anybody who sells Airtel is just cash strapped and seriously needs the cash. Otherwise, it's a stock to hold forever. Coach, what is the current price of RDL and NEM? What are the bids and offers? Okay, let's quickly go there. We have just 4 minutes. Sometimes it's looking like 2 hours is just like 1 hour now. Before you know it, the time is up. I don't know why it's beginning to look that way, but that's the situation we are now. Suddenly, the 2 hours is over. It means we are really enjoying ourselves. Are you enjoying yourselves at all? If so, interesting. What's your view on NIDF? Is it good for medium term, 2 years? NIDF is a dividend stock. I've said several things about NIDF, and it's fantastic if you want dividend cash flow because every 3 months you get paid dividend. So it's very good even at the price it is selling for as we speak. Can I sell my LRLX at the current price? I got 50%. Mr. D. Abba is making a kill here. Can you see that? Someone is already 50% up on LRLX. Well, it's up to you. I think you can sell and rebuy when the stock price drops, honestly. Great analysis on insurance companies, WAPIC, Sovereign, and Consolidated Hallmark. Your insight is truly appreciated. Akudo Onyido, thank you very much. Can you help to check this investment by Ugota Ogechuku Catherine with First Bank? Coach, can I sell my LRLX? Okay, responded to. Good afternoon, sir. Please recommend any stock on palm oil. Gabi Love, the only 2 palm oil stocks we have is on the NGX currently is Okomu Oil and Presco. And Presco is running away. So if you are truly, you are passionate about investing in palm oil stocks, then go ahead and buy Okomu and Presco. Does the unlimited say over enjoyment? All right. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. Irene Ovenseri says, Papa, good afternoon, sir. Please pray for me. Okay. Whatever your heart desire is, I speak to the heavens to release heavenly emissaries in the form of angels to decorate you with such blessings in the name of Jesus. Irene Ovenseri. That's my prayer for you, and hopefully you get a result almost immediately. Please, coach, is this shares in, I don't understand this question. Can I buy Okomo oil now as Presco is going up? Absolutely, yes. Presco, I'm 100%. Thanks, coach. Oh, Schwaibu Smile, you bought in November at 400 and something. 100%. Awesome. Don't mind those people on Twitter who don't understand what's going on and they come and talk. Sometimes I see some of you caution them and I just laugh. I say, don't mind the ignorance of those people. So you don't get angry. Somebody came on Instagram and was saying something else, and then somebody cautioned him and said, be careful who you talk to. Atlas isn't responding, nothing from them since Wednesday. I opened my account on their website, TY, and Atlas was here. Did you, Atlas, please, could you respond to TY? I just got 165,000 units of cornhole at 3 naira for long term. As far as it's long term, relax, because that stock eventually to come down, boom. Eventually to go back up to 3 naira. That's how it will be dancing around there until when its time comes, that will be it. Kaka Glam says they've turned coach to pastor. You see? As long as we're able to do the little we can, why not? Somebody came in here saying they were depressed. Who knows? Maybe that person is also better off now. Once we can add something to anybody, not only just in your finances, but also in your knowledge, then we have succeeded as a community. Thank you very much. It's 2 p.m. and the questions are still diving and flying in, but unfortunately, I'm so sorry I have to go now. It's been amazing being with you all through the week and going through the rough patches. When you were threatened, when bank stock prices dipped, we were all here together, holding hands together and forging on, and hopefully not anyone was hurt, but hopefully also, I hope that most of you made money from that opportunity. We know not what next week will bring, but what can I do? Go back to the research table and go through what can happen for us so we can share again next week. Don't forget to go on the YouTube channel for free and then look through all the videos. Make sure you gain enough from each of them and get ready to strike as the new week approaches. Remember, you need to actually share those videos as well, because somebody somewhere really needs what we are doing, and the only way you can help that soul is to send the information there. Nobody will lord it over you because of money anymore. That's the idea. Like I told you, I am in your life so that you can walk away from every situation you don't like. So nobody messes with you because they have money. You too, you build your financial fortress and protect yourself against any form of abuse or harassment. Thank you very much to all of you who have been fantastic in keeping pace with being a part of this fantastic journey. Wish you all the best this week. I hope you enjoy a fantastic weekend. My apologies if I couldn't take your calls. My apologies if I couldn't respond to your message. Keep them coming. We'll see you again next week, the same time, Monday, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Until we meet again, this is me saying thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend.